When situations occur that cause us to get upset, especially those situations where our upset leads us to a lot of fear and anger, we really need to pause for just a minute, step back a little bit, and think about, well, how much of this situation do I really understand? Most of the time, you're going to find you don't understand it very well. But we're not wired very well to admit that. Rather than admit, I don't understand why they're doing that or what that means. Rather than admit that, we assume that we grasp the situation. Now, what we've got going on in our head there are illusions. We see stuff and we hear stuff. We think we see it correctly and we think we hear it correctly. But there may be some mild error in our perception, which we've totally failed to observe. But rather than acknowledging that, we proceed to nail it all down and stick it all together in terms of our view, our outlook of what it is that we're looking at. And then we think we understand it, and we start stitching it together from an illusion into a delusion. An illusion is a simple mistake, like driving down an asphalt road and seeing the little ripply thing on the horizon and thinking that's a pool of water. It's not. It's just the heat rising off the asphalt. You see, we see these illusions all the time. So the illusions connect with each other in some amazing ways to create delusions, where we start forming whole systems of thought, whole ways of looking at the world based on delusions. And that leads us into ever greater and greater difficulty. So whenever you're having trouble trying to kind of figure out what it is that's going on in the world, when you're having that trouble, stop for just a second, step back, and try to consider what are the illusions and delusions that you've bought into that are guiding you to get all cranked up over whatever the problem might be.